first knew of Manny Pacquiao when he fought Floyd Mayweather. I think that was 2015, if I can remember that correctly. And I really admired him in that fight. I actually wanted him to win. I didn't just like Floyd Mayweather. I guess maybe because he was always flashing his money all the time. So I just didn't like him for that reason. But I don't have any personal problem with Mayweather. I think he's a great fighter. I think he's the best defensive person I've ever seen. The way he moves like a cat. You can't just touch him. Like, he's incredible. But in that fight, I was supporting Manny Pacquiao because he was the one that was trying to fight. Mayweather was just basically defending throughout that fight, just waiting to win by decision. And Pacquiao was like the guy that was, trying to being proactive, trying to get the punches in. Mayweather was just basically moving, going like this, going like this, going like this. And at some point, I was getting frustrated watching Mayweather. It can be very great watching his defensive genius sometimes, but sometimes it can also be very frustrating because you're like, what the hell? You're coming, you're here to fight. You're here to fight, But so in that fight, I supported Pacquiao, and when it was announced that Mayweather won, I wasn't really happy about it. And obviously, a couple of years later, he now retired, and he was now, I think, he's a politician now in the Philippines. So this is the first time I'm actually checking him out fully outside of that fight. I've never checked him out at all. But hopefully this should be fun. Let's get right into it.
Undoubtedly one of the greatest stories in all of boxing history. The incredible career of multi-divisional champion Manny Pacquiao continues to amaze boxing fans worldwide. Known as the Tasmanian Devil, Pac-Man, and now Senator Pacquiao, the Filipino
Senator, okay, yeah, it's Senator now,
has shocked and rocked the boxing world many times in a storied fighting career that spanned 4 decades and is still going strong today.
4 decades? Really? The Pac-Man.
Right from the start, the then flyweight from the Philippines stunned the boxing world when, in 2003, he first took on legendary Mexican champion Marco Antonio Barrera.
Really?
The
Barrera?
Flyweight championship of the world. A heavy underdog fighting in front of a very pro-Barrera crowd at San Antonio's hostile Alamo Dome. The contender was expected to succumb to the champ's relentless, punishing style. And in the first round, that expectation seemed to play out as Manny went down on a clear trip, putting the young contender in a hole right from the start. But Manny then showed San Antonio and the boxing world what he was made of, as he went on to trade vicious punches with the champion in an instant classic fight that had the partisan crowd stunned at his boxing brilliance and fighting ferocity.
Can you imagine this? He was fighting in an arena that was clearly supporting this guy, and he's just a newcomer. Can you imagine the pressure that comes with that? It's crazy.
Pacquiao demonstrated his superior hand speed and all-out two-fisted attack style that clearly had the champion trapped inside Hurricane Manny, as the rash contender blitzed the veteran champion with wicked punches from all angles, dropping him with a lightning strike straight left in the third.
Well, how many power punching lefties do you see? What a shot by Pacquiao.
I'm impressed with Pacquiao tonight. Barrera tried to gamely fight back, but Pacquiao just walked right through and landed some more devastating shots.
Beating Barrera up and down to both the body and head through 10 non-stop rounds, Manny nailed the champ again in the 11th, crumbling him to the canvas with a brutal body shot.
Good shot! And Barrera hits the canvas!
Wow!
That big left hand by Pacquiao!
The proud Mexican warrior struggled back to his feet, but was quickly overwhelmed with hard punches in big bunches before his corner desperately threw in the towel. And so a new featherweight champion was crowned.
Wow!
The legend of Pac-Man was born. Then Pacquiao took on another Mexican boxing legend when he squared off in a trio of classic fights against Eric El Terrible Morales.
I know all these guys, though I'm not really a follower of boxing. I've heard all these people's names before. Barrera, Morales, De La Hoya. I've heard all these people
After
before.
splitting the first two, with Pac-Man stopping Morales in their initial rematch.
There he goes. Good call, Manny. That's the first real knockdown of Erik Morales' career.
El Terrible was back to avenge his loss and win the rubber match. But Manny was more than ready for the determined Mexican legend. And what would turn out to be the beginning of the end for Morales. Pac-Man brutalized the former champ with vastly superior hand speed, flashy footwork, and devastating punching precision, smashing the valiant Morales to the canvas in the second and then twice in the third.
Manny Pacquiao will put butts in the seats. People want to see this. They want to see the most exciting, powerful fighter we have out there today.
As the iron-chinned El Terrible sat on the seat of his pants in complete submission, a slight shake of his head clearly indicated he wanted no mas from Manny and told everyone everything about the power of the Pac-Man's punches.
He looked like a young Mike Tyson in there.
He could fight Mayweather right now, and I don't know if Mayweather could handle the pressure.
Unbelievable for the way he looked tonight.
Mayweather had to wait until a couple of years later before he now fought him. I would have loved if he had fought him during this period.
If further evidence of Pacquiao's KO dynamite was needed, fight fans got it in 2009 when he took on former welterweight world champion British boxer Ricky Hatton. Bum rushing
Okay,
the
I've never heard of
Brit
this guy
with
before.
2 knockdowns in the first round, Hatton would not make it through the second. In one of the most devastating KOs ever recorded, Pacquiao zapped the British brawler with a vicious short left hook that knocked the rough, tough Hatton cold.
What the hell? The funny thing is that guy actually looks stronger than Pacquiao. Like, the guy actually looks a bit bigger, you know, he looks a bit brawler, things like that. Pacquiao looks very slim. Sometimes when I see some of these things, I don't know, some of these people, maybe there's something in their bones that makes them so strong. That even if they don't look strong, but their bones are strong. You get what I'm saying? There was someone like that in my college that time. He looks normal, but that guy's hands were strong as iron. His bones were strong as iron. So I guess maybe these people like Pacquiao are like that guy. Because that guy used to be very, very weird to me. I'll be looking at him like, dude, how are your hands so strong? How? But I guess that is what this kind of guys are carrying. Seriously.
Not only is he the best fighter in the world, he's the most exciting fighter.
Perhaps the British tough guy should have paid more attention to the 2008 dream match between then WBC lightweight champion Pacquiao and boxing superstar Oscar Golden Boy De La Hoya. Stepping up 2 weight divisions to face De La Hoya as a 147-pounder, the significant size advantage De La Hoya enjoyed was obvious even before the opening bell.
Wow.
And then the actual fight started. In what would shock almost all pre-fight prognosticators, the much bigger, taller, and expected to be more powerful De La Hoya was treated to a brutal beating from bell to bell through 8 absolutely one-sided rounds. And 8 was enough for the 10-time world title holder De La Hoya, who wisely refused to come out for the 9th, saving himself from a further beating.
A tremendous victory for Manny Pacquiao. Now on the
Wow.
horizon, a huge payday. Probably in the spring, probably in the UK, probably against Ricky Hatton.
The winner by TKO victory, and still the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, the fighting pride of the Philippines, Manny.
Wow.
Yet, just when the boxing world was again readjusting to the brilliance of Manny's skill set, punching power, and championship-level determination,
Who's this
in
guy?
2011, then WBO welterweight champion Pacquiao faced off against another former world champ, All-American badass, Sugar Shane Mosley.
Oh,
In
this
a
is
super
Mosley.
fight,
Wow, this is Mosley. I've always heard his name. I've always heard this guy's name. Wow, so this is Mosley. He doesn't look like a Mosley kind of
dubbed
guy.
the Undaunted. Pac-Man crushed Mosley with a teeth-rattling straight left in the third that crumpled the sturdy Sugar Man to his knees, looking very, very daunted as he struggled back to his feet. Mosley immediately went into full flight mode for the remainder of the fight as Manny stalked and chased Sugar Shane all over the ring, raining punches on a battered and bewildered Mosley, who seemed happy just to be on his feet at the final bell. And there was absolutely no protest from Sugar Shane as Pac-Man raised his belt in triumph.
And still the WBO welterweight champion of the world, Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao.
Nobody has the combination of speed, power, dexterity, in the whole package. I mean, this is absolutely something incredible that we're all seeing.
And let's not forget Pacquiao's most recent ascent to super welterweight, where in 2019, the 40-year-old Pac-Man took on much younger, undefeated champion Keith "One-Time" Thurman for his WBA strap.
Bring it in the ring, maybe Brooklyn, maybe Vegas, wherever Manny Pacquiao wants it. I'd fight him in the Philippines if I had to, baby.
I just believe the hourglass is almost finished. He doesn't have much left.
I mean, that is a fair statement. I mean, I don't think it's being arrogant in that kind of statement. I mean, this guy was 40 at the time. 40. I mean, you can't really say that he was being arrogant, to be honest.
Talking the ring.
Dropping the younger champ with a hard right cross in the opening round, Thurman quickly understood that he was in for a long night.
Oh, down goes Thurman!
And although Thurman was able to regain his fight composure in the middle rounds through a hard-fought 12, Manny showed the younger champ that the Pac-Man magic was still there, solidly schooling Thurman before taking his belt with a split decision victory.
Boxing's pride to the Philippines, the ageless wonder, the one and only current WBA welterweight champion of the world, Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao.
Wow, it's kind of interesting that the Mayweather fight was not mentioned. I don't know why it wasn't mentioned. I think even if he may have lost, it should still be mentioned. It's part of his career. And me watching that fight at the time, some part of me felt Pacquiao should have won because I'm not a boxing expert, so I can't really judge boxing. I can't judge in terms of points. But the fight that I watched, it seemed like he won Mayweather. That's what I saw. That is what, like, because Mayweather was barely even punching him. Mayweather was basically just dodging the whole fight. So, and I'm not trying to call Mayweather a terrible fighter here. Like I've said, I think he's the best defensive fighter ever. So maybe he won the fight legitimately, but like I've said, I'm not a boxing expert, so I cannot judge boxing like that. So I think they should have mentioned that fight here. I think it's part of his career. Maybe this was not just about his full career. This was not about some of the fights that he showed his speed. You know, I think this video is about his speed. So what do you guys say? Let me know that in the comments. Like the video to get the video out to more people. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. I'll see you on the next one.